I'm Lorna and this is my podcast Thread and Yarn. Welcome back to anybody who's been here before, and a really warm welcome to anybody who's watching this video and my channel for the first time. It's a place where I talk about the things that I've made, mostly for my handmade wardrobe, whether that's knitting, sewing, quilting, natural dyeing, and lately I'm learning how to spin. So if any of that sounds like your thing, then hopefully you'll enjoy this video. I also talk a bit about gardening. I work as a gardener a couple of days a week now, and I also have an allotment and a garden here in Stroud in Gloucestershire where I grow my own vegetables and dye plants and herbs, things like that. So it's becoming a bit of a broader thing, encompassing all of those things, which are a reflection of how I spend my time, where my energy goes, and I think they're all quite nicely linked, as well. As I often say, I think that making and growing are really harmonious, and yeah, I'm trying to bring all of that in, as well as sort of generally connecting to the natural world and the resources that I use to make things. And I'm going to start including a little bit more further afield, so a little bit outside of the small, it's not a studio, it's a desk and a little cupboard, but further afield I'm trying to take you a little bit to my allotment to show you things there and in my garden. And I'm also trying to make a bit of an intention about going out for more walks. I love walking, and I love sketching and illustrating, and I really want to, and foraging. So I really want to make an effort to go out for a regular walk, and I'm going to take a little sketch pad with me, and I am going to jot down all sorts of ideas, because my knitwear and sewing is really inspired by the things I see in the natural world. So yes, there's lots of different things, but hopefully it all feels like part of the same world. It is, for me, it's my world, and I'd love to show you a little bit of it. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of an update about what I've been working on in terms of my knitting, sewing, and a little bit about my gardening. And then I just wanted to talk to you as well about some projects that are coming up. So I've got a little sock kit that's coming up soon in May, celebrating well, I suppose flowers, basically, wildflowers. And also I have very exciting news about the next retreat, which is going to be around the Summer Solstice at the end of June. So I'll talk about that towards the end of the video. So if you're interested in that, then there's a lot of news about that, including the date when the tickets will go on sale. So yes, exciting. And then I think later, well, maybe next week, actually, since it's already Thursday, next week I want to do like a little slow crafting video with you. I want to show you a bit more of my spinning and also a bit of the hand stitching I'm doing on my quilt. So I thought we could have just a little bit of a chatty episode next week with a bit of handcrafts, so that this episode doesn't become incredibly long. So I thought I would start off by talking you through what I'm wearing, what I've made. This is the Bifurca vest by Tetty's Knit Garden, Tetty Lutzak. And I've spoken about it before on my channel, but I love it. It's this little, just about see it, cropped vest with a really interesting construction and beautiful colour work that's inspired by plants. I think she might be a botanist, Tetty, but I love it. I wear it a lot. It's quite like a dense knit. I've knitted it with De Rerum Natura Ulysses, and it makes quite a nice fabric, I think, and it is quite insulating. I've also worn it in midsummer, and I found that like a comfortable temperature. But although we're experiencing quite a lot of sunshine here in the UK at the moment, you might notice I've got, for me, a bit of a tan because I've been working outside in gardens so much lately. And it's been so sunny, but it's still breathable. At the moment I'm layering up with this dress, which is the Leah Bias dress by Soften Studio, who's a wonderful designer. You can't see very much of it in this little bit, but I love the emerald green with the knitwork over the top. So I'll take a full length video to show you as well. I'm really enjoying this combination and layering this little vest over different things. And then I've got, might be a clash of the greens, but I've got this rooter cardigan as well, which I could pop over my shoulders. And actually what I've been wearing a lot when it is a bit cooler is this scallop jacket. I can't remember the designer now, but it's just a nice brown ribbed cardigan. It's just something I chuck on often, but it looks quite nice, I think. Still, I wear it loads. This is knitted in Brooklyn tweed arbor in the colour burnished, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying this little outfit, and I'm sure I'll make another one of these in the summer. I've got dreams of doing a sort of naturally dyed colourway one. I think that'll be fun. I just need to find the right base for it. I think maybe Shetland could be quite nice, and have a bit of a play around. So that's very exciting. And I'm trying to find a space for sewing in my life again, because it feels like I have all of these ideas for sewing and then sometimes I just struggle to fit it in. And it makes me a bit sad because I love sewing. I really love it and I've got lots of ideas. But somehow when I'm busy, or when it's, you know, the time of year that I want to be outside, it feels easy to pop my knitting in my bag and take it out with me, where I can stop for half an hour, do a bit of knitting on a lunch break, or, you know, I can, if we're going to the pub, I can take it with me. Whereas sewing, I need to kind of make time and make space. We've had a few guests here. This is the spare bedroom as well, so I haven't been in here as much. But I'm getting back into it and I'm starting small things that I really need. So I'll talk to you about sewing first. So in my last video, I think, promise that I would have the Modern Sewing Company worker trousers done by the time of my next update video. It's half, well, it's not true. I haven't done it, but I have cut them out and I've started sewing them. So here are the cut out pieces in this lovely tan coloured 12-ounce twill from Merchant & Mills. And I am in the middle of sewing a zip fly for it, my machine there. And if you're on my Patreon, I'm doing a little video series about how I make these trousers, and just, yeah, step by step. I realised it was a little bit, I wanted to do it slowly. So instead of filming all in one go, it's in little series. So the first one was me cutting out. One I'm filming at the moment is me doing the zip fly, and I'm just going to take it step by step until I've made a pair of trousers. So that's going on my Patreon if you're interested. But yeah, that's an ongoing project. It's funny because when I started doing these, it was much cooler and I was really looking forward to having another pair of trousers to wear, but it's been so warm. But I know that April in the UK could quickly turn, and I'm sure we'll have cold temperatures again. And it's still quite cold in the early mornings and evenings, to be fair. That's ongoing. The other thing that I've started sewing, and actually I did start doing a bit of this today, is, where is the actual pattern? There it is. Is the Josie bra by Made My Wardrobe. It's a Josie bra and pants, but I'm doing the bra at the moment. I've wanted to make my own bras for a long time. I've made little crop tops and things, but this, and I've heard from people that this pattern is really comfortable. It fits a range of body types, so I'm really excited to try it. I need some bras. I hate buying bras. I hate it. I just can never find any that are comfortable. I'm quite active and they always end up irritating me. Everyone's got their own things about underwear, haven't they? About what suits them and what doesn't. But I'm just kind of, yeah, I haven't bought a bra for a really long time because I hate it. So I'm really hoping that this is going to work. Also, I've got lots of fabric scraps from making t-shirts and pants and things in the past. So I think I'm going to have quite a lot of scraps I can use for bras. So I've cut out my first one, and I've got this sort of burgundy coloured fabric, and then I've got this sort of apricot-y goldy coloured elastic that I had around. And for some reason I've decided to do contrast top stitching. There you go, with zigzag, which I think may be a bit bold. I like the effect of it a lot, but it does mean it has to be, you know, quite neat. I can't hide any dodgy stitching. But I think it actually goes like this. That's the back strap, part of the back. But hopefully it'll be comfortable. Yeah, and that's the underside. I decided to go for the matte side on the front and the shiny side on the back. But I really like the colour combination. And I'm hoping to have this done fairly soon. This didn't take very long. I've done a couple of these. I've cut out the other pieces. So I'm hoping that this afternoon, hopefully while this video does its thing, exporting, I can do a little bit more sewing. And I think that'd be great. I think it'd be lovely just to have a bit of light support. That's what I need really. That's just an extra layer and provides a bit of comfort. So if this works, I'm hoping I'll have a lot more, and then they'll probably be different colours with different bits of elastic, but that's fine. To be honest, it doesn't matter about the contrast top stitching, does it? Because it's not like it's going to be visible for everybody. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. The booklet looks good as well. Here it is, it's really pretty, and there are lots of nice looking instructions. It's all laid out really nicely. I'd love to know if anybody's tried this. A friend of mine has made the bra with a lace version. I think she might have made a couple of versions actually, and she says that it's really comfortable. So yeah, I'm very excited. But yeah, let me know if you've tried that. I'd be interested to hear what you think. Yeah, and then other sewing things. So the other thing I've been wearing a lot of is my Ninny culottes. I'll grab them. Here they are. They've got a really nice waistband. They've got loads of ease on the legs, inseam pockets, just really comfy and really wearable. I'm actually doing a series of workshops on different elasticated trousers here in Stroud. So if you're in Stroud and you're interested in learning how to make some elasticated trousers, then they're all on my website. And yeah, I really want to make another pair of these. I've got a blue somewhere. I've shown you this before, and I think I've talked through this plan before. It's just getting around to doing everything, isn't it? But I've got this blue linen, which is beautiful, from Merchant & Mills. I've been saving. So nice. And I think it would make a lovely pair of ninnies. I think this sort of stripe would look really pretty, and the vibrancy of the blue would be really nice. I don't really have many blue things. I've got my blue navy worker trouser cords, but I think that'd be really nice for pairing with little summer tops. So I think I'll probably do this soon. They're quite a quick make, I think, and I've got a way of making elasticated trousers that I really like in terms of how I attach the waistband and the inseam pockets. So I think that would be a nice quick make soon, and I think it'll be something that I'll wear a lot. So those are my upcoming sewing plans, and I'm hoping to have a bit more time soon to do them. That's exciting. And in terms of other sewing, I mentioned that I'm doing the elasticated trouser class. I am doing some other sewing classes in Stroud if you're interested. There is another zero waste gather dress workshop happening in May and June. There's a few spaces left on that one. That's on it's on either Monday or Tuesday evenings in Stroud. If you're not local to Stroud though, I am doing a workshop on making a scrappy quilt inspired by my big scrappy quilt that I made for my linen scraps. So it's a whole day workshop on Saturday the 17th of May, and it is here in Stroud, but it's just one whole day. So if you're in the UK and it's not too far for you to travel for a day workshop, then maybe that'd be interesting to you. You're not going to be making a whole massive quilt in one day. It's an introduction into using your scraps to make quilted things. So we'll do a little sample quilt, and I'll talk you through all the different sort of stages, so you can go away and apply that to a bigger quilt if that's what you want, but you'll come away with some little smaller quilted pieces and hopefully some confidence to make your own. I think that's going to be a really fun, really creative day. I hope people bring all their fabric scraps, their shirts, you know, or duvet covers, all sorts of things like that, and we could have a really fun play around doing some quilting. So that's on my website if you're interested. I'd love to meet some of you and have a fun day of quilting together. So yeah, I'm excited for that one. I move on to knitting. I'm waiting at the moment for a top up on some yarn to finish my Pagan Sky sweater by Zanette Knits. It's been so warm that I've kind of been a little bit distracted by more summery projects. Anyway, so I've actually been knitting a couple of pairs of socks, and they're both for exciting projects, so I'll talk you through those, and a little pair of mitts for me for cycling. So I'll just grab those bits because I've realised I've left them all downstairs, and I'll talk you through my knitting. So I recently went to Fernhill Farm in Somerset for their Fibre Experience Day, which was so good. We had such a nice day. And I picked up some lovely Blueface Leicester yarn, DK, 250-gram balls. And I thought I'd make another pair of market mitts. Market mitts are a knitting pattern of mine. They're designed for a 4-ply yarn. I thought I'd have a play around with the cast-on numbers and do some in DK. I love wearing them for cycling into town and going to the market, but the 4-ply ones I kind of semi-keeping them for best for samples at markets, and I wanted some really, really warm ones for mornings because it's still quite cold when I'm cycling in the morning. So this yarn is really sheepy and you can feel all the lanolin, and it's going to be super warm. So this is the first mitt I did. Here it is. So I just adjusted the cast on amount a bit. It's slightly bigger on the hand, but I thought what I would do anyway is just lightly hand felt the hands just to make them extra windproof. I've started on the second one. Here it is. And I'm doing it on 3mm needles, which makes the fabric really quite dense. And it's just really nice for covering those knuckles when I'm cycling. So that's something that's pretty simple and easy for me to work on. So that's what I've been taking out and about with me to the pub and things like that. But I'm really excited for these. I think that they'll be really useful, and I'll wear them loads all year round. And I love the twisted rib on them. I just think that really elevates it. Just makes quite a simple mitt look so much, yeah, smarter. I think I really do like twisted rib for that. Yeah, so it's the first time I'm sort of seeing them on me, so I'm really enjoying that. So yeah, I'm going to finish those soon, hopefully. But that's been a really nice little project, actually. A really nice little thing for me to do. The other thing I've been working on is a sock. So in May, I'll be releasing some little sock kits, which I'm really excited about. I've been working with a couple of really lovely people on this, and I'm very excited to share it with you. So lovely Marie Eve from In Her Skein has designed a beautiful floral inspired sock pattern using some amazing techniques. Now I'm just getting started on my sample, but it's a bit bright, so I don't know if you can see it that well. Gosh, really bright. So it's got this lovely picot edge, which I've just never done on a cuff before, and it was really simple and so effective and beautiful. And then there's this Estonian inlay technique. Let's see if I can try and block the light glaring from the window, which looks so stunning. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's going to be so effective and gorgeous. I'll do a close-up video in case that's a bit easier with the light. And I'll put a picture of Marie's as well. Marie knitted hers in some of my yarn as well, in the Corridel sock, in the colourway Meadowsweet. And I'm knitting one in a different colourway called Bethany. There you go, you can see the colours a bit better now. And this is a sort of mushroomy taupey colour with a hint of sort of pinky lilac with a contrast of an olivey green. And there's going to be a few others as well. So it's, yeah, all floral inspired, celebrating wildflowers and just the abundance that we get into late spring and early summer, and I'm so excited. So the other wonderful person I've been working with is Sorella from Where Meadows Grow, and she has made these absolutely stunning stitch markers. They are real flowers pressed in, and Sorella has painted them. Aren't they amazing? And the card has got little seeds in it, and I just think it's going to be a perfect little match. So I'm very excited, but I'll share more about that in May. I just wanted to give you a quick little preview because it's been really beautiful creating, and they've both been just such a delight to work with. So yeah, I'm knitting away on this. I hadn't ever done Estonian inlay before, but Marie's got a little video on how to do it, and it's just quite simple actually. And I really like the picot cuff. I think I'll probably do that on more socks. I think it's really sweet, and I feel like it would also look really nice, try not to lose my stitches, as a cuff on a cardigan or something. Isn't that nice? I think that'd be like on a little jacket. Clever and pretty. So nice. Yeah, so that's everything I've been knitting and sewing in the last few weeks, a couple of weeks since we've spoken, and I've been outside just loads and really enjoying that. I've had quite a busy month. It's been very outdoorsy actually. It's April in the UK, so it's time for starting off loads of seeds, and I've been outside in the greenhouse sowing lots of dye plant and vegetable seeds, and working in the gardens that I work at, which is lovely. I took my van away for a little trip recently. I've started gardening with a lovely fellow gardener. Hello. It's a little bit further away from me, so I've been staying in my van, which is delightful, and it's been really nice to have those sort of peaceful evenings to just do a bit of stitching and spend some more time outside. That's been lovely. Planted out my peas recently, various chicken defences around on this willow structure that I made recently. We have some good looking chilies and aubergines, some echinacea leeks and sunflowers and sweet peas I think over there, all sorts. I also like planting oriental greens and mustard greens in the greenhouse over the winter before the tomatoes go in, so we've got an early crop of salady things, and there's some French tarragon over there and some winter savoury which came in here to recover from a chicken attack. It can probably go back out now. And some more garden peas, and then trays of dye flowers. We love planting trees in our garden. This is a plum tree we planted a couple of years ago, and it's really blooming. The chickens like the shade. And here we have an apple tree just starting to blossom. I love the pink of this crabapple blossom. This is the variety Harry Baker. The leaves are kind of purpley pink as well. It looks amazing next to the pink tulips. I'm not always a pink person, but I'm really enjoying these colours together. The big thing that I've been working on though is the summer knitting retreat. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you a bit more about that. And I say a knitting retreat, but actually it's for anybody who wants to bring crafts along with them. Maybe not a sewing machine, but anyone who wants to come and have a peaceful time in Stroud. So the next one is going to be all about the summer solstice, and I'm very excited. I like to make sure that the retreats have got like an idea behind them that I really can sort of believe in and really feel. And that's why I wanted to do a winter gathering one in February, because it's that time when we all needed a bit of a boost and we kind of can cozy around the fire. But this solstice, the solstice is so magical to me, and it is, you know, a magical time of year. And it's just a moment where we're celebrating the longest, brightest part of the year, when everything is at its absolute growing peak, when there's all this abundance in the garden, when all the vegetables are growing, all the flowers are at their height of blooming. And I was just really thinking about this idea when I was designing the Summer Solstice retreat, and it just left me feeling so inspired and so excited. And it also feels like a culmination of all the different things that I've been working on, that I'm inspired by, and the things that I talk to a lot of you about. So I hope you like the sound of it. But it's going to be actually the week after the Summer Solstice, from Thursday the 26th of June to Sunday the 29th of June. It'll be a real celebration of crafts, of abundance, of sort of deep connection to the natural world. And I'll tell you a bit more in a bit more detail. So on the Thursday night, there's going to be for everybody a welcome supper and drinks. And then on the Friday, there's going to be all the time that you want to knit or to do a bit of hand stitching or bring your spinning, whatever brings you joy. You can roam about the gardens and take yourself off for rambles if you want in the Cotswold countryside. There's going to be a talk on natural dyes. I can show you a little bit around the garden, but it's still very much a work in progress in early days. There's also going to be a colourwork workshop on the Friday. The suggested pattern, by no means mandatory, but something that I can guide you through if you're interested, is another sock pattern by In Her Skein. It's a beautiful, simple colourwork sock with a floral design on it. And it just, it celebrates wildflowers. And I think it's the perfect pattern for this time of year. It's just that moment when all the flowers are starting to really open up and be luxurious and opulent, and it feels lovely to celebrate that in some colour work. I think there's also some things that can really help people with colour work, and I can show you a bit about that, like colour dominance and catching floats, and just little things to help sort of lift your colour work a bit. So I think that would be fun. And then on the Saturday, I am really excited about Saturday. There's lots more time for pottering about and knitting. You can go into Stroud Town if you like, whatever you want to do. You can also stay sort of centred in the garden and in the house. But on the Saturday, we have this time a willow weaving workshop. Now, it's being run by a lovely lady called Nora Kennedy here in Stroud, who I did my recent willow dye flower trug with. And Lucia and I, who owns the house where we'll be having the retreat, did a garden structures workshop with. Nora is wonderful and has so much wisdom, and it was just wonderful to spend time with her. So she's going to be joining us for the Saturday afternoon. She's going to do this willow weaving workshop with us, where we can all make a little yarn platter. I'll pop up some videos of the yarn platter. I mean, it's a platter for anything. I think technically it's supposed to be like a mince pie platter, but I thought that would look beautiful with the yarn on it as a little centerpiece on your coffee table. So yeah, we're going to make one of those together, and then she's going to stay on with us, and we're going to have our fibre folk evening again. It was absolutely magical in the winter. So in the summer, Lucia and I thought we'd take it outside. We're going to have a fire pit. There's going to be stories by a wonderful storyteller, Hannah, around the fire, and it's going to be stories involving the magic of midsummer and all the folklore involved with that. And I think that sense of storytelling and community around the fire just lends itself perfectly to crafts. And it created such a, it was my favourite moment, I think, of the last retreat. It just felt like almost going back in time, having this wonderful community around us, listening to stories and crafting with a fire going. And I'm going to have a nice pot of comforting homemade food going, which we can have. and it's going to be wonderful to be out there in the garden, I think, listening to stories by the fire, celebrating this absolutely incredible midpoint of the year. Just generally lots of lovely coziness and time to relax and move about the house. There's lots of accommodation as well. All the information's on my website, but Lucia's house is beautiful and historic, and there's a number of different rooms that you can stay in. And there's a couple of spots as well that I'll open that don't have accommodation, but I can always recommend places. We had a few people staying in different places outside last time that were a short distance away, so I can recommend. I'm going to open up booking for the retreat on Sunday the 20th of April, and I'm going to do that at 5 p.m. I hope that's a good time. It will be opened up to my Patreon members a little bit in advance, but yeah, for everybody else it'll be Sunday the 20th of April at 5 p.m. that I'll open up booking for that. But if you have any questions in the meantime, just send me a message. I hopefully see you there. I'm really, really excited about it. There will be a more sewing based one probably towards November time. So if you're, more keen on the sewing side of things, then keep an eye out for that in November. Stroud is such an amazing place. It's so full of creativity and connection to the land and folklore, and I can't imagine living anywhere else now. I've met so many wonderful, wonderful people here. And I just wanted to share a little few clips as well with you of something that happened last weekend. It was led by the all-female Morris group, Boss Morris, of national acclaim now. They're amazing. They have started a new folk tradition. Not all folk traditions have to be old. It's called Finger in the Spring, and it happens, this is the third spring it's happened.
We are merry Morris folk, we gaily dance and sing. We wake from weary winter to find the joyous spring. Put your finger in the spring, put it in, put your finger in the spring.
And the idea is that you all meet and you follow the Morris group and the music down to this, all the way along the lanes, down into this beautiful, beautiful spring. And you dip your finger to celebrate the rejuvenation of spring and all of the wonderful spring new energy. And it was just such a wonderful experience. It was so beautiful to see all these people coming together to celebrate this time of year, and to watch the dancing and listen to the music and just generally have a merry time together. So it felt lovely to be part of a new tradition, and I can really see it continuing. And that's how they're made. And it just felt like I was kind of stepping back in time, but also very firmly rooted in the present, and that was lovely. But next week I will be doing a little slow stitching session where I am going to be going on a walk and doing a bit of spinning, and then also a bit of hand stitching on my quilt and just a very gentle chat. So yeah, the tempo of that one will be a little bit different to this one, but I hope you enjoy it. But as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts, love to hear what you're working on, and I hope you're enjoying spring. I actually hope we get a bit of rain soon to refill my water butts. That would be nice. And just for a bit of balance, but I think that's on the horizon, so we'll see. Wishing you all well. I hope you're having a good spring, or if you're on the other side of the world, I hope you're having a good start to autumn. And yeah, happy crafting, everybody.
We are merry Morris folk, we gaily dance and sing. We wake from weary winter to find the joyous spring. Put your finger in the spring.